Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be a tag video, and this one is called If I Were Owning, what is it called? If I Owned a Makeup Brand, something like that. So anyway, this tag was created by Vicky vlogs, so I'm going to leave her in the description box, but I saw Karen Harris do it, who is one of my new YouTube friends, and I'm so glad that that I found her because she's really cute, and without knowing it, she sort of constantly supplies me with content ideas, which is I'm so thankful. Anyway, so I love doing tag videos, as you know, so yeah, so let's just go into it, because really, maybe if you're not new here, you know that creating my own brand is really on the horizon for me. I would really like to do this, and I would have done it already if I wouldn't have 7 kids and like a huge family and a lot to do. If I would be able to just pull it off by myself right now and I would have like 20 more hours in the day, then I would have done it already, totally. So anyway, all right, so let's go into the questions. What would you name your brand? That is super easy for me because I named my brand already. I sort of secured the name Leorah Cosmetics already for me, also on social media and everything, because I wanted that name to not be taken by anyone else who happens to also be a Leorah, because I want to have the option that if I do create my own brand, that this name is safe for me. So yeah, so that is that. It would definitely be Leorah Cosmetics. What would your pricing be like? Okay, so a luxury, high, or mid, what is that, mid-end? What does that mean? Drugstore. Anyway, the questions are a bit like all over the place. So anyway, I would see myself sort of in the line with Juvia's Place, which is not super expensive, but super quality, and just like all around, I'm super vibing with Juvia's Place. So I could totally see myself being sort of in that range. But of course, there are so many things that need to be considered when you think about the pricing that I don't even know yet about, all the things that are behind the scenes that need to be thought about and considered, where I have absolutely no idea. And if you are just doing the work by yourself, then that's one thing. Then you basically have to just sort of give yourself a salary. But once you start working with someone else and have to pay those and have to consider that also in the pricing, so I really don't know. Like feeling wise, I would go for like the Juvia's Place kind of a range, but I really don't know from experience what all is involved. But just like from, my feeling, it would be something like Juvia's Place. Okay, next question. What would your theme aesthetic be? Edgy, food themed, girly, etc. So it would definitely not be food themed, because you know that I do have a problem with this, and I wish I hadn't, because it sort of cuts out, by now it does cut out quite like a big area of makeup that I would love to try, but I sort of cannot get over myself that I just cannot like it. So anyway, it would not be food themed. It would probably have to do with royalty, with all of us being royalty and being worth it and being special. This is what I have like on my heart very much, that we should all try to feel that way or get there somehow. So that would probably be my thing. How I execute it, I don't know. I don't want to say. I mean, I haven't thought this through 100% yet, obviously, but because stuff like this also has to grow. But I would not want to announce everything that I'm planning to do, because people steal ideas, so I'm not gonna do that anyway. But yeah, it would definitely have to do with royalty, because that is totally my thing, because we are all queens here. So yeah. The next thing is, what would your color scheme packaging be like? I would think it would be I like the idea of Juvia's Place. I like the idea that they have this underlying theme, how they have their packaging, of course, cardboard packaging and nice size palettes, like like Juvia's Place. Maybe not so much 9-pan palettes, but maybe a little bit bigger, maybe like 12 plus, and then I really like their thing that they, I just have one here, so how they have this theme, like a theme of of their warrior princesses or whatever they put on, and then they just execute it in a different color scheme and in a different way every single time. So I could imagine something like this, not of course copying Julia's place, but you know, doing my own spin on something like this. But I could totally imagine to have something in that regard, but then like different color schemes and things like this, because I really like that, and I think it's super smart. Also, like for example, Menagerie Cosmetics, who have their thing with their animals, and they have a theme, an underlying theme, which is the animal kingdom and nature, which is on brand for them, and they just execute it differently every single time. So you know, something like that I think is really smart, and also just, you know, it sticks to your memory. It's like, I really like it. All right, next thing, if you had to compare yourself to an existing brand, who would that be? I answered that already. It would be Julia's Place, probably. As of right now, it would probably be Julia's Place, because I vibe with their pricing, I vibe with their palettes, their design, their you know, the whole aesthetic, and also of course with the formulas. So yeah, I think it would be Julia's Place. How often would you release products? That entirely depends on how much money I'm making, I guess, you know, because you always have to like reinvest into your own brand, of course, but you always also have to live somehow of something. So I think it would depend on how it goes, you know. I personally have nothing against releasing a new palette every 2 months or something like that. I think that would be really nice and smart to also stay in the fresh memory of the customers, and to like always pick up trends and I don't know, you know, things like this. So every 2 months I think would be a good thing, you know. Depends also if you're working alone, how are you going to handle all the work? So, you know, there are a lot of things involved that one cannot just put into one question, but every 2 months, if I could handle the workload, every 2 months sounds really good for me. Next question, what do you want to be known for? Highlights, eyeshadows, brushes, etc. Okay, so for me it would definitely be eyeshadows. I don't know if I would ever go into doing foundations and things like that, or brushes. I don't know, maybe not. Like I don't see it for me right now. What I'm very passionate about, of course, is eyeshadows. Obviously, I would maybe also have like nice color, like different special colors of gel eyeliners that I would really like, and maybe also like eyeliner pencils for the lower waterline. Highlighters, yes, I can imagine that. Also blushes, I can imagine that, but it would probably be first and foremost eyeshadows, because that is my absolute like highest priority for myself, and also, you know, it's just my passion. Next question is, what would your #1 eyeshadow palette launch look like? Colors and textures. I would be so dumb to tell you. Sorry, but really, no, I would not tell anyone, not even my best friend, sorry. Maybe her, yes, but it would be colorful. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be mattes and it's gonna be shimmers, maybe duochromes or whatever, but it's probably gonna be 2/3 mattes and 1/3 any kind of shimmery formula. I don't know, I don't want to like, you know, have to decide that right now, but something like that. It's gonna be colorful. It really, you know, even if I would know already now exactly what my first launch, what I would want it to look like, and besides, you know, again, idea theft and things like this, where you have to be super careful these days, it would be very hard for me to make a decision now for what I want to do in a year or in 2 years, because when I decide on which eyeshadows to use for the next day, I sometimes sit here in the morning then and try to like decide, is that really what I want, you know, because then I feel totally different, and that is the creative beast inside of me, which is really difficult to tame, because I know if I plan to do a, I don't know, purple eyeshadow, but I really do feel like neutral today, but I force myself to do the purple. That is gonna be hard for me. It's gonna be a struggle to do the makeup. It's gonna be a struggle all day to wear the makeup, and that is just how I feel. I'm very, very sensitive in these things, and I'm also very passionate about living or expressing myself in my colors. So for me, it's hard, you know, to make a decision and to sort of limit myself to that. So I can see myself really being in trouble when it comes to me planning releases for every 2 months, as we just said, that I actually have to, you know, narrow myself down and commit to something that I actually cannot change. What if I release something and like 6 weeks after the release, I think, I would like to change this. You know, that might happen. So I don't know. It's, yeah, maybe I should not have a brand because, but yeah, so that was that question. Okay, what would be your dream collab for with a celebrity or an influencer? I think I would like to go with Karen's answer, because she said she would like to have a collab. If she had a brand, she would like to collab with Angelica Nyquist, and I totally agree with with Karen that Angelica is a very, very creative person when it comes to colors and color placement and color, like understanding colors in general. And I really think that she's super talented when it comes to that. Besides that, there are, of course, a lot of other creators who do color, but I think I vibe with her the most, probably. So I would probably, yeah, I would go with Angelica. It looks like there are a lot of collabs coming up for her. Anyway, yeah, so that is that. But besides the fact, I would like to do a collab with a brand, you know, I would love that. I think I could do just as well, honestly, because I think I don't think about myself that I'm less talented than Angelica. I just think that she has a much bigger platform and way more experience on the YouTube platform, you know, and she has a bigger following and everything. So she's way more known than I am, but I do not personally think that I'm less talented. It's just, you know, I'm a newbie here, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I would like to collab too. Yeah. Okay, next question. How would you handle a scandal? I would pray. I would pray that it never hits me, but sometimes it's really not your fault. So that is, if it were my fault, I think I would address it, and I would do it in style. I would, because you know what, it really, really bugs me when those, you know, those big influencers, they'd always do like the hoodie show without makeup, and then they're like forcing the tears and things like this. That is so fake, and it's so expected already that they, like, go away with that. I would be, you know, at my best. I would come here, I would say, you know what, I messed up, I'm sorry, and this and this and this is what happened, and this and this and this is what I'm going to do about it. So that is how I would address it if I actually did mess up. If I didn't, I don't know. There is always the, and this is also something that Karen said in her video, there is always the option, of course, of letting the storm blow over. And I have had people giving me that advice, you know. They said your channel is going to grow, there's going to be a mess sometimes, you know, people are going to not always be nice. Don't react, just let the storm blow over. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here and pray that nothing ever happens, you know, like nothing bad, because I'm here for the good stuff, you know. I just want to enjoy color. I want to enjoy creativity. I want to, you know, enjoy expressing myself, and I really don't want to have anything to do with negativity or with hatred or with all of that, you know, scandals. It's just really not my thing. But and I know there are people who live for it, who grow through that. You know, I'd rather stay super small for the rest of my life and never be in that dirty place. So just saying. And that's why I'm also not doing drama videos, because I don't want to gain subscribers and I don't want to gain a following by dirt. You know what I mean? It's just not me. I don't want to be involved in this, and it's not because I don't have an opinion. I totally have opinions about everything, but I just don't want to be that, like, you know, I don't want to be there. I want to be where I am. All right, is that it? How would you distribute PR? That is a good question. If I'm a small brand, that is really hard, because everything is, of course, involves a lot of money, a lot of funds, and shipping is crazy, as we all know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any big influencers would even want to feature my brand. So I would probably go for smaller influencers and just, you know, which also supports them, which I know from experience, that I've just gotten, you know, my first couple PR things, which is amazing because I'm still super small, and people who are already bigger told me that real, like, PR only comes when you have like 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers, and I'm at 1,300, and I got already, when I'm filming this, I got already my first 2 PR packages that are related to makeup. So I'm really flattered and really blessed by this, and I know how much that helps, you know. So I would almost want to think that I would go for like smaller creators, because maybe they would also appreciate it more and maybe give it more love than just using it once and putting it away, you know, because I know how I feel about the things that I'm getting. So yeah, so maybe, but business wise, I don't know how much sense that makes, you know. I would live by experience to see how it goes. And I don't know, if I would find someone small, a small creator who I feel is super talented, is nice in the front of the camera, and I know this person is going to grow and has a lot of potential, I would probably want to invest in this person and know that I have a long-standing relationship. Once that person is big, I'm already like in their good graces, you know what I mean? Okay, one more question. Would you rather be sold in Ulta or Sephora? That is a question, sweeties, that absolutely does not matter to me. I have never been in a Sephora. I've never been in an Ulta. I don't know what the difference is. I know the color scheme is like black and white in Sephora, I think. That's all I know. So I don't know. I really don't know. I would probably want to, I don't know, is it either or can one be sold in both? I would think that one could be sold in both. Then why not in both? Like, you know, I would like to be sold everywhere. I don't want to decide because I really don't know what the specific things are about Ulta and about Sephora. So I cannot answer this question. I want to be sold everywhere. I want to have a website. I want to be in whatever stores want to carry my product. And yeah, and that is that. So anyway, I hope that made some sense for you. I really do hope that one day, maybe when my kids are a tiny little bit bigger and I sort of feel like I can breathe a little bit more, maybe I can really pull this off. And I would love it if you would all be here to support me when it comes to that. Really, honestly, that would be a big dream of mine, because I could just create, and that is really where my heart is, you know, to create looks, of course, but also to create products that just make sense in my heart. And I would just hope that there is someone out there who sort of gets the vibe where my heart goes, you know? Yeah. So anyway, I hope you did enjoy the video. I want to thank Karen Harris for introducing me to this tag, and of course to thank you to Vicky Vlogs for creating this video or this tag. So that was it for today. If you're new here, I would really like it if you were to subscribe to my channel and just join the tribe here. And I really want to thank you for being here, for everybody who is always here and who's always in the comment section, because you guys really make my day on a daily basis. Seriously, because this place here is so positive and so nice, and I just really cannot believe sometimes how blessed I am, you know, that really I have such good people on my side. So thank you so much. I so appreciate you. And if you're wondering what is on my face, then of course you find my makeup also listed in the description box, and also my social media and everything you need to know. And besides that, I'll see you here next time for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.